You read the title. Not going to waste your time. Happiness. And we all want it. We actually need it in life. You think about it. Sorry if I'm a little detached from the video right now. It's difficult to concentrate because I actually already recorded this, but my mic was off, so there was no audio to it. So that's just amazing. But well, I guess I'm doing it again. So we all need happiness in some way, shape, or form. You know, it's I don't really like the word happiness. I I prefer the word fulfillment. Fulfillment. And the reason I prefer that is because happiness is an emotion. Okay, you can just choose to be happy at any moment in time. You can just smile and be happy. You can pretty much choose that. I know people will argue with me and say no, you can't. But you can. Phrase "fake it till you make it." You can. It's possible. Don't do that. It's not healthy at all. I'm just saying it's possible. But you don't everyone strives for happiness. I think there was a movie or something, The Pursuit of Happiness. Everyone wants happiness. It's the greatest feeling you could ever have. It's just great. When you're happy, you just feel good. It's wonderful, right? And everyone wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy as much amount of throughout most of the day. People want to be happy because they want to maximize the amount of time in their day that they're happy. Well, I'm making this video to tell you how I have sort of allowed myself to gain more happiness. Sorry, fulfillment. To gain more, just it just is better, to have a better life and to have joy in your life. And that's why I made this video. So there's 3 points that I've written down on this piece of paper to sort of tell you how I did it. And so the first point I've gone with self-care and dopamine. Now, self-care. Everyone talks about self-care. You gotta love yourself. You gotta do self-love. You don't have to work hard. You don't have to do things that are hard. You need to just be chill, dude. Just watch the movies that you want to watch. You don't have to get out of bed first thing in the morning and go work or do work or whatever. You can just sit around. You can play some video games. It's just self care, man. It's just gotta do it. You just gotta reward yourself. No, I'm here to tell you that is the opposite of what you want to do. That will literally give you less happiness throughout the life. That will give you less fulfillment. Don't believe me? Think about how bad you feel afterwards. When the weekend's over, think about how bad you will feel when it's Monday. There's a reason people say, "Oh, I hate Mondays." Think about how bad you feel when your pleasure is over. Think about how bad you feel when you've watched the entire season of Stranger Things or something. I don't know. Think about that. People are in this loop all day where they're constantly like scrolling on their phone looking for the next dopamine hit. Like, oh, maybe that video will be funnier than the last one. Maybe I can finally be happy. No, It's not the life you want to live. And you may kid yourself and think, yeah, that's the life I live. It's the life I want to live. I don't see any other happy. This is the life I want to live. This is great, guys. This is self-care. Yay. No, that is not the life you want to live. And you will believe me when you try the tips that I'm going to give you. Okay. You will, I guarantee you will get at least a slightly greater sense of fulfillment after doing what I tell you to do in this video. So dopamine. So the second point is dopamine. Now dopamine, it's going to get a little sciencey here. But dopamine is sort of like, it's kind of the happiness chemical. It's a chemical in your brain that gives you this sort of sense of pleasure, this sense of excitement. You get dopamine. Sort of, think of them as like dopamine rushes. When you do something that's great, when you get a new car, you get this incredible sense of excitement. You get this sort of happiness chemical. You get this great feeling. Like, this is great. This is amazing. This is how I want the rest of my life to be. And that is what people chase. That is what people want. People want to feel how they feel when they are on a roller coaster ride, or maybe not, when they get a new car all the time. That is the point of this video. That is why people are in this pursuit of happiness. Because they want to get that feeling of pleasure all the time. I'm going to tell you that is next to impossible to do. But you can get close. Believe me, you can get really close. And the way I've done it, so think of dopamine as, how do I explain this? Yeah, think of dopamine as sort of like, so your body produces a certain amount of dopamine for the day. That is your baseline. Okay? Think about it like, I like to think of it as Minecraft. It's not a great comparison. Think of it, in like a video game. You have like experience, you have like mana, you have a certain amount throughout the day. I think in RuneScape, I don't really play video games that often. But I think, in RuneScape you get like, man, it's your start mana. You wake up, when you first log into the game, you get a certain amount of mana. You get a certain amount of experience, you get a certain amount, whatever. That is your baseline. And when you go to bed, that has changed throughout the day like a roller coaster ride. And the reason for that is when you get these dopamine hits, when you ride a roller coaster, hang out with your friends, do whatever, that is going to raise your dopamine, right? It's going to spike it. When you're done and it goes down, it doesn't return to your baseline. It goes below it slightly. And you may not believe me. Think about when you're done with the roller coaster. You're feeling all this excitement, you're doing all the loops and the spins, you're going up and down the hills. It's great, right? It's fun. What happens when you get off that roller coaster? Do you feel happier than you did when you got on it? No. If anything, you feel worse when you're done. And that's where you go to the next roller coaster, you go to the next theme park. You just keep riding these rides. And your dopamine is all crazy, and then at the end of the day, it's like really low, and you're just tired, and you're like, guys, I'm done. I'm gonna go home, scroll my phone for a few hours, try to find some more dopamine. You don't believe me? That is, I guarantee I just described what people do when they go to an amusement park. Guarantee. So throughout the day, by doing things that give you fulfillment, not fulfillment, but joy, pleasure, you're lowering and lowering your dopamine until it's very low, and it will regenerate when you go to sleep and you wake up the next morning. But if this was your original baseline that day, when you wake up the next morning, it's going to be slightly below what it was. And so you keep trying to find more dopamine. You keep trying to find more dopamine, and your original, it gets lower and lower and lower and lower and lower until you're depressed. And you may not realize it because you're constantly distracting yourself with more dopamine hits. Like, people will basically pretend that they're happy and having a high baseline of dopamine by just getting all these dopamine hits, like getting hits and going crazy. Well, I guarantee. Don't think that you're sad. Don't think that you're depressed. Turn everything off. Just turn everything off that is in your house. Turn every no phone, no computer, no laptop. Shoot, just rip. If you have posters on your wall, just rip them off. Sit in your room and just stare at the wall. How do you feel when you do that? So you feel bored. But think more deeply. Think more about the emotions that you were feeling. Do you feel happy? Are you sitting there staring at your wall with a smile on your face? No. You're sitting there staring at your wall, almost a frown. You're just staring at it like sad. Is that the life you want to live? At the moment, you're not getting these dopamine hits. You're not on this dopamine rush, this dopamine high. You're just sad. No, I guarantee that is not the life you want to live. What if I told you that you can raise your baseline? Now you're intrigued. You can raise your baseline. Eventually to a point where if you're sitting in your room and you're staring at your wall with no stimulation, no nothing, you're happy. You have this sense of pleasure from just doing nothing, staring at a wall. And this is how you do it. You have a baseline. You got your baseline. You use something that's not fun that will raise your baseline. Not raise dopamine. You do something that you hate that lowers your dopamine. For me, I take cold showers every single morning. I don't like them. I don't enjoy them. I don't get this sense of fun. I don't get this sense of pleasure out of doing a cold shower. I hate it. I freaking hate it. They suck. They're terrible. So it lowers my dopamine. Guess what happens when I get out of that cold shower? I'm back in the warmth. I'm back in comfort. It doesn't just return to baseline. It goes slightly above it. And you do this every single morning. That baseline climbs higher and higher. Until you just sit in your room with a smile on your face. Now, cold showers don't work for everyone. I do them. I like them. That's what I do to raise my dopamine. But it could be anything. It could mean going on I don't know, hike, going for a run, going for a jog, going for a bike ride, doing a hard workout, doing whatever. And that will raise your dopamine. And eventually you'll get to a point where you're just sitting in a room, just smiling. Because you just have this incredible sense. God, it's weird. You just have this incredible sense of joy. Next point is mission. Now, I'm going to do this a lot in my videos. I like to draw a comparison with your primal caveman ancestors. Okay, that is why this channel is called Wild Man. It's because men and women, we're not supposed to be tame. We're not supposed to be cooped up in our homes all day. Stop thinking of your home as this place of comfort. Your home, if anything, is a zoo. It is a prison cell. Sure, you got comfort, you got all these luxuries, you got infinite pleasure, you got infinite dopamine hits. But is that how you're supposed to live? Why do you think animals have escaped from zoos? People will be confused and be like, oh, they have all this comfort. They have infinite pleasure. Life is probably great in the zoo. And I'm sure it is. Why do they want to leave? Because that's not how God made them. That is not what God called them to live. That is not. God created every living, breathing thing. Not even living, just every single object, everything in this world with a purpose. He didn't. People will say, "Oh, God was probably just bored. That's why he created the earth." No, no. He created everything with a purpose. Every tree, every leaf, every blade of grass, every drop of water, every pebble. It has a purpose. You may not believe me. Well, that's because you haven't gone outside at all. Just go outside. Look around. Everything has purpose. Except you. When you wake up in the morning, you wake up with meaning. You wake up with a purpose. You wake up with a desire to do something that day. No. You wake up, grab your phone, start scrolling on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, whatever you do. A few hours go by. Eat some breakfast. Eat some Cheerios or something. Whilst on your phone. Eat some lunch. Maybe think about starting a business. Maybe think about working. And you grab your phone, scroll, eat dinner, scroll, go to bed. Is that the life that God calls us to live? Is that the life that we were meant to live? If everything has a purpose, do you really think God would have given you the purpose? When God created Adam, what mission did he give them? Care for the garden. When he created Adam and Eve, what was their mission? To protect his creation. Are you protecting creation by scrolling on TikTok? Are you doing what you were meant to do? Now, I'm not saying, quit your job, recycle, live off the grid, and install some solar panels on your house. I'm not saying that's what you should do. Well, you can. I recommend. You don't have to. I'm just saying, wake up every single morning with something to do. Every night, I've started doing this. Before you go to bed, think about what am I going to do tomorrow. So you can be like my dad and write down a list. Even make a list of what I'm going to do tomorrow, or when you wake up in the morning, make a list of what I'm going to do today. A list of chores, a list of tasks to do. And when you're done with those chores, now my dad I don't think he's ever finished a full list because he just writes so much stuff. But when you've done your chores and you've done a mission for that day, do you feel happy? Now, you might not even know what that feels like because you've never done it. But when you've done all your homework, do you feel better? You feel good? You feel accomplished? You feel fulfilled. You get fulfillment. That is how you gain fulfillment. That is how you gain happiness. When you live like you were meant to live, when you have a mission, you have a set amount of tasks, you have a duty, there's something you need to do, you just feel so much better about yourself. You feel great. You feel alive. You feel like that is what you feel fulfilled. That's what you were supposed to do. You woke up that morning. God planted a seed in your mind and told you that is what you are supposed to do today. That's my dog. The last point for today. I'll get out of here. Let's be out in nature. Right now, I'm out in nature. I've been out in nature for a while now today. When you're out in nature, like, I actually started doing work out here like that. I think that's a good goal for the rest of the year is to do work outside. Just to make videos outside. You may think that's weird, you may think that's cringe. Just go out in nature and enjoy. Look at the trees, breathe the air, smell what your ancestors smelled. I mean, sure, maybe you live in a city, right? Most cities have some kind of park. And if they don't, go out on your patio. Man, get a house plant, put it on your patio. If you don't have a patio, just be inside, dude. I don't care. Just get a house plant or something. Just put it there and look at it and think about God created that plant and He created me. That plant has a purpose. That plant, again, everything has a purpose. That plant makes oxygen. When it dies and it wilts, it gives nutrients back to the soil for more life. The grass, it grows, it feeds the animals. Everything has a purpose. And so you look at things, just I don't know how to explain it, but you go outside, you feel the wind on your face, you just feel you get almost like this feeling of this is this is how life is supposed to be. Because this is how God created it to be. God did not create human beings to live inside and be depressed and addicted to their phone. God created you to be outside, to do work, to do your mission, to accomplish things, to feel accomplished, to feel good about themselves. That's what you were called to do. I hope this video helped you. If it did, please like or something, share. This is my first video. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't even know if anyone's watching. Subscribe, do whatever you want. I don't care. Stay wild. Have a good day. Thank you.